Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be reacting to
This Grammy race could change music history.
what does that
Six
even
women,
mean?
8
We're
nominees,
about to
and one
find out.
historic Grammy race. This year's Album of the Year category could be a defining moment for the music industry and the Grammys themselves. Between
Why?
Watch Andre 3000 win that shit.
2013 and
He
2024,
should.
only 14.7% of all Grammy nominees were women, a statistic which highlights just how
Okay.
stark the gender imbalance has been.
Wow.
But for the second
That's
year in a
insane.
row, 6 of the 8 Album of the Year nominees are women. This achievement reflects an extraordinary level of representation in a category that has historically been dominated by male artists. Female creators are no longer just
Interesting.
present, they're leading,
Never realized it, never thought about it. Interesting.
shaping the sound, culture,
I'm
and
only
narrative
used
of
to
today's
hearing
music.
that. I thought that Beyonce and Taylor Swift are the ones who have the most. I know Jay-Z's the one who has the most. Who has the most?
I
I'm
don't-
confused with this
I don't
fact.
know. That's an interesting fact.
Or
I
is it talking
never-
about for nominations?
Not nominations.
Just
Nomination,
nomination.
yeah.
Okay.
But gender representation is only one part
That's
of the story.
interesting.
This year's Album of the Year race also stands out for its sheer diversity in terms of career trajectories, artistic visions, and genres. From Beyonce's bold foray into country with Cowboy Carter to Charli XCX's avant-garde pop revolution with Brat. From Taylor Swift's highly anticipated The Tortured Poets Department to the fresh perspectives of debut artists like Chappell Roan, the field is a snapshot of music's creative breadth in 2025.
Yes.
Really? They all pop to me except for Beyonce. This is not that different. Of course, they're
It's
different.
different kind of pop.
Yeah, but it's still pop. Like the way she did the intro, very different. You know, it would be like
think
reggae,
mainstream- I think-
hip hop, pop,
The
fucking rock.
mainstream is pop, but there's a particular pop song that usually do well. But it's to get this variety of pop, we'll take
It's
it.
still pop though, except for Beyonce.
Yet these diverse narratives also highlight deeper tensions in the music industry and the Grammys' role within it. The Grammys have faced declining credibility, ongoing accusations of systemic bias, and criticism for failing to reward innovation or adequately
That's a
represent
fact.
marginalized voices. Beyonce, despite being the most nominated artist in Grammy history, has yet to win Album of the Year. Sabrina Carpenter, despite a decade-long career, is technically competing as a new artist.
Okay, that's not Grammy's fault. That's her. Come on, that's her breakout year. We haven't heard of her until this year.
That's
So
disturbing.
that's how can you gonna hold Grammys accountable for that? That her previous work just wasn't hitting with the people.
In this video, we'll examine what's at stake for each woman nominated for Album of the Year and explore how their individual journeys shine light on broader questions
That's
about the
really
award ceremony
interesting.
itself. The outcome
It's interesting where we're gonna go with this video, but the title is a little clickbaity though.
Why?
Because I thought it's gonna talk about like the race as overall, but this is just gonna go into the 5 Album of the Year nominees.
I think that's the biggest award to get. That's what people come to show up.
It's
They
one
want
of the
to
big,
win
yeah, it's one of the
this
big
award.
4. There's one of the big 4 awards, yeah, but
It's the
still.
biggest. Really got its own video. It's the biggest.
Oh no! Just because this person gave us some video, it did. Why?
It's the biggest.
Okay,
That's
why?
what people care about. That's
Why didn't she title it then?
Because the controversy is between new artists and best
Okay.
new album.
could
Best
influence
album
not just the
of the
future
year,
of
album
these
of the year.
artists' careers, but also whether the Recording Academy can evolve to reflect the diversity, innovation, and complexity of today's music industry. Chappell Roan's nomination for The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess is a defining moment for both her career and the Recording Academy. As a debut artist, she joins an exclusive group of musicians whose first albums have earned an Album of the Year nomination, placing her alongside legends like Billie Eilish and Lauryn Hill. Her inclusion in the race shows the Grammys' increasing openness to recognizing emerging voices over established fame and commercial dominance.
True.
The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess is a deeply personal, genre-blending album that captures the highs and lows of Chappell Roan's self-discovery. With its infectious melodies and confessional lyrics, the album strikes a delicate balance between raw emotion and polished pop appeal. Critics have praised it as one of the most relatable and well-crafted debuts of the year.
It's so
and praised
crazy
Chappell
that this is her first album. The level to it, the quality is high. I like it.
Yeah, no, it's impressive. And as she mentioned that the not category, but like the people that in this first album debuting like that as an Album of the Year
Yeah.
nominee, it's Billie Eilish, Lauryn Hill. That's nice company to be in.
Roan's ability to channel her experiences
So
into
it's not a
powerful
curse.
anthems. Her rise to prominence
That's the best new artist, not best album.
reflects broader
This is
industry
new artist. Oh, okay.
No, we're
never
talking
mind.
about best new album.
Okay.
changes, particularly the growing influence of streaming platforms and social media in amplifying underrepresented artists. Her nomination challenges the idea that Grammy recognition requires a massive promotional machine. Instead, it spotlights the power of genuine artistry and fan-driven growth. Historically, the Album of the Year category has predominantly celebrated established artists or commercial juggernauts, with a select few breakthrough moments challenging this paradigm. A win for the rise and fall of a Midwest princess would be groundbreaking. It would be a triumph for an emerging talent and signal a shift in the Recording Academy's priorities.
She reminds me of
Even if she
Amanda
doesn't win,
Bynes here.
Chappell Roan's nomination is a
Who's that?
She was on the All That.
Oh.
She had a lot of shows. She was like a childhood star.
But I agree with her conclusion here.
She also was dating my little crush when I was little. I didn't like her at that time. I like her now. She's okay.
Because I've been saying, like, Trog, when we did our predictions, and overall, I feel like I say that, oh, the artist is too young. They're not going to win, like, a major category. So I feel like if she does win, that would kind of change that.
Billie Eilish was young.
That's an exception, not the rule. So if we get more people that are to kind of set like a solid precedent where, like, year after year after year, oh, you come in as a new artist and you get nominated for a new artist and album and win the album. What would be really funny if you win the album but not win the new artist? That's like, what the fuck. But anyway, then you can kind of have that precedent.
Victory in itself, as it cements her as a promising new voice capable of reshaping the future of pop music. While Chappell Roan represents the fresh face of pop's future, another nominee's story reminds us that success can also come through years of dedication and reinvention. Sabrina Carpenter's nomination for Short and Sweet in the Album of the Year category represents a remarkable turning point for an artist who has spent more than a decade building her career.
That's my pick.
Known initially as a Disney Channel star on Girl Meets World, she's worked tirelessly to redefine herself as a serious artist in the highly competitive pop music landscape.
She looks the same.
She looks nothing alike.
She looks the same.
No, she doesn't.
She looks the same.
Her nomination is not just a personal
Wow.
milestone, but a broader recognition of how persistence and reinvention can lead to critical and commercial success. The album blends contemporary pop with various influences. Tracks like Espresso showcase her fun and candid approach to songwriting by dealing with relationships and personal growth, with a notably provocative edge. Critics have praised her vocal delivery and the album's sense of humor, even though some noted its over-reliance on hit-chasing formulas. Despite these critiques, the album's...
Listen, formulas be working, though. She's on that Billboard Hot 100. I think couple songs may have dropped off, but I feel like at one point she had 4 or 5 songs on the list, so
success on the Billboard 200 and strong critical ratings from outlets like Pitchfork highlight Sabrina Carpenter's growing influence in the pop landscape. What makes her nomination particularly compelling is the paradox of her being considered both an established artist and a new one. Despite releasing 6 albums over the past decade, her inclusion in the Best New Artist category reflects the challenges many artists face in gaining recognition when they don't align with traditional narratives of overnight success. Her journey illustrates how the Grammys often only begin to take artists seriously after they achieve a specific level of critical or commercial breakthrough, regardless of how long they've been honing their craft.
I mean, that's fair to me. So, you have to, just because you've been making music, but if it flopped, I mean, okay. To me, best new artist is best new, commercially new artist that, is everywhere. So it makes sense that she's nominated. I have no issues whatsoever.
Carpenter's presence in the Album of the Year race might reflect a shift in the Recording Academy's values by highlighting the importance of rewarding gradual growth and artistic reinvention. While her chances of winning are slim in a field dominated by icons like Taylor Swift and Beyoncé, her nomination validates her decade-long journey from Disney starlet to Grammy
she
contender.
did the food
But
interview
while Sabrina
that you
Carpenter has found success perfecting a polished mainstream pop sound, another nominee has
I would
taken a
love to do
radically
that.
different path.
Honestly,
by
I would do it just at home by myself.
deliberately challenging pop conventions.
I just went to eat the wings.
Charli XCX's nomination for Brat in the Album of the Year category is a defining moment in her career. Known for her boundary-pushing approach to pop music, she's spent the last decade carving out a reputation as one of the genre's most innovative voices. With Brat, she delivers her most ambitious project yet, blending hyperpop's maximalist soundscapes with introspective storytelling. This nomination not only acknowledges Charli's artistic evolution, but also reflects a growing appreciation within the Recording Academy for experimental and genre-defying works. Brat has been widely celebrated as one of the most groundbreaking albums of 2024, earning the highest Metacritic score of the year, 95.
Yeah, it has. People have been saying that it has been critically acclaimed very well. So honestly, this might actually win, because if the Grammy judges supposedly are the critics, and this is the most critically acclaimed, then can't be mad if it wins.
5 out of 100. and critics have praised its bold fusion of hyperpop, punk, and electronic influences, which challenge traditional notions of what pop music can achieve. Historically, the Grammys have struggled to reward experimental artists in major categories. Iconic figures like Björk, who's been nominated 16 times without ever winning a Grammy, have been consistently overlooked, with the Recording Academy opting.
The thing is, though, like the Grammy race could change music history. It's like a little clickbaity title, because even if one of these ladies do win, you know, and there's like uncommon to win, there still have been cases, so it wouldn't be like the first. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not gonna change. Like, is it a step in the different direction? Sure, but it's not that they haven't taken that step before.
No, but it's like small movements still, you know. It's like major.
Minor.
No, major.
A minor.
No, a major.
For more traditional choices. Charli's nomination for Brat could signal a shift toward recognizing pop music
Because
as a space for
I
innovation.
say a major because all at once, all these ladies here in one pot. It's not like it's just one. Oh,
What
this
do you
is-
mean,
this is
all
game-
these ladies?
Like, 'cause
So
everyone
you're saying
is
the fact that there's so many women nominated, is that what
in
you're
one,
saying?
no, in one category, and
Mhm,
based
okay.
on the stats of how different from what the traditional person who gets nominated for this category usually gives, the fact that we got like 5-4, how many whatever we have in total here at one time, that's major.
Okay,
alert.
but
Major bag alert.
I can't speak for the other years, you know, we're not there. I don't know the albums nominated. I don't know who dropped what. But let's look at 2024. Basically, women carried the damn year.
Yeah, but would you say
What did men do?
2024? No, but would you say 2024 it was established artists?
Wait, what? What are you saying?
2024, would you say they were just established artists that were nominated? Like, how many?
No,
did
it wasn't just a stab, but I'm saying women care. Like, men didn't drop shit or whatever they dropped
No,
as
but
trash.
also win. Not just nominated, but win.
No, I'm saying no. I'm not talking about 2024 Grammys. I'm talking about the year of 2024.
Yeah.
The music that was, you know, popping. It was women.
I think we have to see who won to really have this
No, I'm not-
conversation. Then what are you talking about?
Rochelle, the
Oh, yeah.
2024.
I
year-
know you know my name.
Listen,
we
no,
go
but you're not
together. I know you know
listening.
my name.
Listen.
Then what's up?
The
Lucas.
people that dropped in 2024, they are nominated now. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
And what about it? What's the conversation?
The conversation is men ain't do shit, so they're not nominated because there's no men that dropped nothing. That's what I'm saying. Women are nominated because
There's
this
no guy who dropped.
whatever they dropped was garbage. Women carried the year. Let's be real. All the
So you're
bangers were
saying
by
if
women.
the guys,
Even in hip
you
hop,
say-
like
you're
in
saying-
rap,
so you're
women
saying,
drop.
So you're saying if guys were to drop, this would not be happening.
Yes. No, not if they were to drop something good. Nobody dropped nothing. It was
Okay.
all women that dropped. So it's natural then. I'm not
Okay,
I'm
so
saying
what are you saying? 'Cause
I'm
it still
saying I
changes
don't
history
think-
because the whole focus was women.
I don't think Grammy is becoming less sexist or whatever. I'm saying there was no
it's
option.
not. But it's not
so
just
they
about.
pick
But you're
women.
missing the point. It's not just about gender. It's also about what is the catalog giving. Because it's not just because you're a male you will win the award. No, you maybe have high chance, sure, but it's also these other points that the person is making about look how odd this album is. It's unusual for an album that is like outside the norm to make it to this category and have a chance of winning, like Charli XCX, because she's totally breaking the standard.
I don't buy her narrative though.
Oh, well, that's what she's she's trying to sell the fantasy. I'm trying
Right,
to listen
exactly.
to the
It's a fantasy because I feel like
I'm
there
trying
have
to
been
listen.
albums like Charlie's nominated or like any other girls nominated
Like,
before.
I don't know.
Well, for her to really prove that claim, she literally has to show us every single album. This is the first time an album like that is nominated. Then I can agree with
She gave Bjork.
Bjork.
Oh, listen, I don't know.
But already
Bjork.
Bjork was nominated. That means that's it.
She
Been
was
out.
not.
So this is
but,
not
but
record breaking, not
it would be
groundbreaking.
but it would change music history if
If she were to
if she
win,
wins.
but she would win on the critical acclaim. She has 95 out of 100.
Exactly.
So
Exactly, for an album that's not the norm for this category. Those type of albums don't usually get this kind of award.
we have to go through histories to see like every single
Well,
one.
there the person's example was look at like if you want to comp them, put it together. She's like compare her and then Bjork. Bjork, I guess she has great music too. That's
But
the
Bjork
why.
is like a. She's not
But
even.
she didn't get this award.
To me, like I don't. I'm surprised Bjork was nominated to begin with.
Oh, I don't
So,
know.
And risk-taking, rather than only rewarding commercial appeal or conventional formulas. But despite the critical acclaim surrounding Brat, Charli faces significant hurdles in this year's race. Her hyperpop aesthetic, while influential, remains polarizing and may not appeal to all Grammy voters. Additionally, her competitors include legacy artists like Taylor Swift and Beyoncé, whose narratives of cultural dominance and sustained success could overshadow Charli's bold, forward-thinking work. A win for Brat would be a transformative moment for both Charli XCX and the Grammys. It would validate her years of creative risk-taking while signaling the Recording Academy's willingness to embrace innovation within the pop genre. Even if she doesn't win, Charli's nomination cements her legacy as one of modern music's most daring and influential figures. While Charli XCX pushes pop music to its
And
experimental
nothing
limits,
about gender.
another nominee has found success by mastering the delicate balance between innovation and
what do you mean?
No, because you make it. It's not. I don't think that's the focus. You're missing the point. Even though
Accessibility.
like only ladies drop, that's not the focus.
At just 23 years old, Billie Eilish has already established herself as one of the defining voices of her generation. Her nomination for Hit Me Hard and Soft, her second in the Album of the Year category, represents a pivotal moment in her career, a chance to prove she's not just a fleeting prodigy, but an artist with lasting cultural and musical influence. With her 2020 sweep of the Big Four categories, including Album of the Year, she set a precedent for herself. This year, she faces the challenge of living up to high expectations while continuing to evolve her artistry. Hit Me Hard and Soft is a bold progression from Billie Eilish's earlier work.
You know what this feels like to me? This
What?
video feels like she had like a college paper to write about this, and she's just reading it off. Feels like a
It could
written
be.
college paper.
It could be.
Blending her signature atmospheric production with more expansive instrumentation and
That's
emotionally
more to
raw
creative
themes.
YouTube
Critics have
video
praised
on
the
it.
album for its maturity and experimental edge.
It just reads like a paper. Like when she's speaking,
Yeah.
sounds like she's reading a paper.
Unfortunately, we don't sound like a paper.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it doesn't seem like she's speaking of the dome. Like it seems like it's a written paper.
Calling it a standout in her already impressive discography. Historically, the Recording Academy has been slow to embrace generational shifts and has often favored established figures over emerging voices. Billie Eilish challenges this trend by bringing a sense of vulnerability.
But anyway, yeah, I don't see like how Billie winning would change history. Like she's won before. She had the sweep.
Well, this was if she wins again, that means the first time it wasn't a mistake. Because oftentimes when you win one, they're like,
Okay,
it's
but that
like
wouldn't change the
fluke.
history though. That
No,
would be
it's
good
not.
for
It's
Billie,
not
but
about
not
okay.
family
But
history.
but historically speaking, that means that the Academy got it right the first time. That she's on a trend to win more. It's not like she
Okay.
wins one and we don't hear about her again.
But there's plenty of artists who have won multiple year after year after year.
yeah, but will she?
But
the
that's not
point.
gonna change the history though.
No, okay, because she's an oddball. When you win the
How
first
is she
time,
an oddball? She's
she's
very
an oddball.
popular. She's a very popular artist. She has a
but
huge following.
usually with okay, she's new, very young. They only like to give it to established, put in their time in the industry. Should
She
win.
has put her
Typically
time
said-
already.
No, okay, no, but this is but will she win again? If she does win again, that means the first time was not a fluke.
So how does that change history?
It changes history to solidify that the Grammys got it right, and
That
this is
doesn't
not
change it. It's
done.
been solidified. Well, nobody's.
Oh my God, you being
whatever.
hot-headed. I'm repeating
and
myself again and
authenticity
again. You
that
don't understand
deeply
English?
resonate with Gen Z
Uh-oh.
audiences. Her
Ah.
ability to combine commercial success with emotional depth positions her as a unique force in contemporary pop, which makes her one of the favorites to win the award. Billie Eilish's ability to stand out in a field dominated by legacy acts and genre-defying innovators will depend on whether voters prioritize her commercial power and continued evolution over the broader cultural weight of her competitors. A win for Hit Me Hard and Soft would not only validate Billie Eilish's progression as an artist, but also reinforce the Grammys' willingness to celebrate the voices of younger generations in a
So
rapidly
wala.
changing musical landscape. Whereas her album garnered
What
near
voice? The Grammys given her. They already gave her the award. What that wouldn't change that she's won. I
They're
get
just
okay.
saying, is this a
Chappell
rare
Roan. If she won, I get that. Okay, that would something out of ordinary. I get that. She's won, and even Chappell Roan now looking back at it, Billie Eilish was in Chappell Roan's shoes 4 years ago. So no, 5 years ago in 2020. So it doesn't change nothing.
universal acclaim for its artistic maturity, another heavyweight nominee faced a more complex critical
This is a
reception.
clickbait
Taylor
video.
Swift's nomination for the Tortured Poets Department marks yet another milestone in her massive
She wrote a paper
career,
on this. I'm
with
telling you.
4 Album of the Year wins already.
Even the title reads like a paper title. This Grammy race could change music history.
More than any other
No, I don't
artist
like
in
that as a
history,
title.
Taylor
I feel like the
Swift is on
title
the
needs more creativity. I think this is a title that works for YouTube because it's straight and forward to the point. It has keywords in it. Usually, titles of papers, it makes you think it's thought provoking. Like, ooh, I want to read this paper.
I mean, this title makes me, oh, I want to watch this video.
brink of breaking her own record with a potential 5th win. But her nomination also raises broader questions about how the Recording Academy balances honoring legacy artists with recognizing newer voices. Overall, the Tortured Poets department has garnered mixed reviews. While fans celebrated its ambition, others criticized its uniformity and lengthy format.
The material
You
on this
know, if
record
it
in the
was a
broader
college
pop
paper,
landscape
what I would give it I would say, oh, Grammys, a Cinderella story. Ooh.
sounds derivative, sounds redundant, sounds uninspired.
Compared to Taylor Swift's previous Grammy-winning albums like Folklore or 1989, which were praised for their innovative departures from her earlier work, the Tortured Poets department feels more like a continuation of her established style. Its restrained production, which was largely designed by longtime collaborator Jack Antonoff, has drawn critiques for being overly familiar and lacking the freshness that marked Taylor Swift's earlier reinventions. Despite these criticisms, Taylor Swift's cultural impact remains undeniable. Released in tandem with her record-breaking Eras Tour, which has become a global phenomenon, the Tortured Poets department represents more than just another album. It's part of a broader narrative of commercial dominance. Taylor Swift's ability to maintain relevance over nearly 2 decades in the music industry is almost unparalleled, and makes her nomination less about the quality of the individual album she's just released and more about the
Truly.
consistency and scale of her
I
career.
think so too, because I like this album. I don't know what they're looking for in terms of album, but I just think like when you solidify yourself in the game, it's much more easier for you to get this kind of award. So I feel like the argument would be, well, two decades doing this, and you have good ratings overall, popularity, that could give her the chance to get this award again.
Okay, but that would not change history if she wins again.
Well,
That's my point.
they give other points aside from that. I'm just focusing on that.
If she wins once again, it will cement her as the defining artist of her generation, but it could also reignite debates about whether the Recording Academy relies too heavily on legacy acts at the
Well, there you
expense
go.
of spotlighting emerging talent.
So
In a
it's
race filled with
it
fresh
can
voi-
be good history, it could be bad history. We're just assuming it's just history positive.
Okay.
It's also history negative. Because are we working back now or are we moving forward?
Okay, but what I'm saying is
What?
the title makes it seem like this year is special. It is not, because
mean,
I could do the same video and
mean-
make the same arguments about every
Well,
single
yeah,
year.
it's always going to be
That's
special
my
because it's relevant. Because it's relevant, it's
Okay.
special.
When
After it passed, the next year is relevant.
I
What else you
clicked
don't
on
listen?
this video because I thought, oh, there's something unique happening this year.
Okay.
The only thing unique happening seems like a lot of women. That's it. Oh, that part I get it.
Oh, then
But now we're going
your
into these
mind-
details, and I'm
your
like,
mind needs to think bigger.
every year I could make the same arguments for every
Okay.
artist.
Make
Voices
your
like
mind
Chappell
bigger.
Roan, as well as experimental innovators like Charli XCX, Taylor
You're
Swift's
gonna
potential
be here
victory
to watch it,
may
right?
risk overshadowing other
Right.
narratives. This
watch
tension
what?
becomes even
You're gonna
more
watch the
evident
Grammys.
when considering another
react to
powerhouse
it.
No,
nominee.
we're only gonna
whose
react to the
relationship with
performances.
Grammys
Well, yeah.
tells a totally
We're
different
gonna
story.
go over who wins the categories, our thoughts,
Yeah, and criticize them.
and criticize
they
it.
probably
So
got
you're
it
gonna
wrong.
be here.
Ah.
And the Grammy goes to Taylor Swift. Nathan Chapman and Taylor Swift.
Featured artist,
And the winner is Morning Phase.
producer Beck Hansen.
But I can't possibly accept this award. The Lemonade album.
So once again, it would be first for Beyonce. It would change Beyonce's history. It wouldn't change. Well, I guess. Oh, change music history.
Was just
Sure.
so monumental, Beyonce. It was so monumental.
Shit.
For Beyoncé, Cowboy Carter is more than an album. It is a defining moment in her storied career and a potential turning point for the Recording Academy. As the most nominated artist in Grammy history with 99 nominations and 32 wins, Beyoncé's stature in the industry is unparalleled. Yet despite her dominance in other categories, she has never won Album of the Year, a glaring omission given her cultural and artistic influence.
I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
Her 4 losses for I'm Sasha Fierce in 2010, Beyoncé in 2015, Lemonade in 2017 and Renaissance in 2023 have drawn sharp criticism of the Grammys' ability to
What is
reward
he wearing?
groundbreaking and culturally
Fashion.
significant works. While Taylor Swift has
That's the
claimed
point.
4 Album of the Year awards, Beyoncé has become the face of the Grammys' struggle to reflect diversity and inclusion in its most prestigious category, making her bid for Cowboy Carter one of the year's most compelling narratives. Critically, Cowboy Carter has been both praised for its bold ambition and critiqued for its execution.
So what?
Narrative-wise, I think Beyonce has the best narrative to win if she
You think
wins.
because
Yeah.
it's a sob story? It's sad.
Yeah.
It's for pity.
Yeah, I think she has
I
the
don't
best
like
narrative.
that. I don't like that.
Well,
That's
as
tacky.
I don't think her album is deserving of album of the year, but as far as the narrative goes, I think she has the best narrative to win.
That's sad. You know what song grew on me?
Mm.
Bodyguard.
Oh, for me, I like Texas Hold'em, but that's about it.
Album
Very
represents a
commercial.
daring exploration
Yes.
of country music, a genre with deep but often overlooked black roots. Critics have lauded Beyoncé's genre-bending approach, blending country with elements of pop, R&B, and rock while addressing themes of identity, heritage, and resilience. But its 27-track runtime and occasional lack of cohesion have drawn criticism. While some hailed it as a landmark project, others argued it felt too long and less focused compared to Beyoncé.
Nah, it's refreshing to get an old long album
I
nowadays.
think that works against her because nowadays people
Nah.
have short attention span.
Well, okay, if too bad, so sad. I think she's a good job that she dropped a long ass album because nowadays people
mind
barely
it.
make fucking music.
Beyoncé's tightly
Songs 220, 8 songs in the album. Really?
curated
Call that an
masterpieces
album?
like Lemonade and Renaissance. Divided reactions to covers of classics like Dolly Parton's Jolene further complicated its reception. But despite this, Cowboy Carter remains a landmark moment in Beyoncé's career. It has sparked crucial conversations about representation in country music while showcasing her willingness to challenge genre conventions. Beyoncé's artistic risk-taking contrasts with her competition, particularly Taylor Swift's polished yet familiar The Tortured Poets Department and Billie Eilish's introspective Hit Me Hard and Soft. Where Taylor Swift's bid leans on commercial dominance and Billie Eilish's on artistic growth, Beyoncé speaks to a deeper cultural reckoning needed within the Grammys themselves and American culture as a whole. If Cowboy Carter wins, it would not only mark Beyoncé's first victory in the category, but also make her the first black woman in over 25 years to claim the award since Lauryn Hill's win in 1999. Such a triumph would be a long overdue recognition of her contributions to music and culture. But another loss could reinforce the perception that the Grammys failed to reward innovation and representation in its most significant category. With Beyoncé
That's a lot of
competing at the height of her
pressure.
artistic
She's contradicting herself.
That's a lot of pressure because then I gotta feel like if I was in her shoe, if I was Beyonce, if I lose, dang, I gotta do another album to win this again.
Yeah, but this lady, she said, oh, if Beyonce loses, that it basically proves that Grammys failed to award innovation. So
In her space.
because
Keep it specific to her.
she already used innovation for 2 other artists for
Innovation in their space.
yeah, for Charli XCX. Oh, it's
In their
innovation. What space?
Their
In
space.
This space, music space. What space are we talking about?
No,
It's a
we-
music space, innovation in the
no.
music space.
In a black woman's space for the culture. What her album was, Cowboy Carter. Did you not hear what she said?
Oh my god.
Did you not hear what she said? Listen.
hours. The stakes for her and the Recording Academy have never been higher.
I feel like
The
what you fail to
2025
do is when she gives examples, the examples is relative to the subject she is talking about.
To me, she's not strong.
Album of the Year race is a reflection of the Recording Academy's values and relevance. Each nominee brings a unique narrative that challenges the Grammys to define what it
Yeah, that's every year. Each year, each
And
nominee
yes,
brings
they
a
have to
unique
say that because
narrative.
every year it gets interesting, especially with upcoming, newcoming, old coming talent.
I'm just mad that this video got me for the
I know.
clickbait title.
I think you have misplaced your anger.
Well,
Not
my
the
anger is
anger.
with the
You
groove.
you're just hungry. It's okay.
I am hungry, but
So
my
it's
anger
okay.
is with the
It's
groove.
okay. It's okay.
The groove.
I
Anyway,
wasn't bothered. I appreciate the level and production of this video because I can only aspire to put out something like that and have someone react to it.
so you're gonna write an essay and
I have papers I have written. You know me, I was a writer.
so you're gonna read your old papers.
I don't know, they were a little boring.
I ain't gonna lie, this was pretty boring too.
No, it wasn't. It was interesting for me.
Nah,
From
it
one
was way too redundant. There was clearly a word requirement. She had to meet the word requirements because she was beating around the bush a lot. To get to the point, and that's why I said it felt like a paper because there was a lot of beating around the bush going on. Just get to the damn point. Yeah.
Guys, and you're saying so you contradict yourself. You said you want long form, but everyone's putting out 2 minutes and 30-second content.
No, I'm
but
saying
you get tired
no.
of this long
If there
form.
is interesting information, yeah, but she wasn't providing. She was just beating around the bush, reinforcing the same
Okay.
thing.
So
Like I did the same shit when I was writing papers. You just paraphrasing the same shit over and over to
So-
get the word count because we need to meet the words.
so what you can
I get
do,
the hustle. I'm just saying. For me, like listening to it, I was like, God, what I rate this paper?
Mm-hmm.
B.
A B.
Yeah.
Well,
What do
good
you
thing
give it?
for you. Well, cause you said it was a paper, just some title alone, I can't give it an A. It's not giving A.
Oh, it's definitely not an A. No. For one, the conclusions of every paragraph were this identical. If this person wins, if this person wins, if this person wins.
I felt like the conclusion was quite quick, but she was concluding, she was wrapping
No,
it up.
it was conclusion was quick. I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
No, not the conclusion of the video. We didn't even watch conclusion of the video, to be honest.
did?
No, we have 20 seconds left.
Oh,
But
wow.
the conclusion
Can you
of it.
play it?
Sure. Where is it?
Means to reward excellence in music. Will they embrace innovation and diversity, or will they lean on the comfort of safer choices and reinforce their reputation as an institution slow to evolve? By choosing how to
What do
end
you
the
think?
story, the Recording Academy has the opportunity
The
to
conclusion is
reestablish its
good.
credibility as a vital force
I
in
didn't know 'cause
celebrating
you
the
didn't
best
play
in
it.
music. Who's your
But-
pick for album?
I'm
I like the
saying
ending.
I'm saying the
Mine.
conclusion of every paragraph.
Oh,
She
okay.
had every paragraph she summarized the same way. If this person wins, if this person, that was
Well, yeah.
6 times the same thing.
Because she had to relate it back to her topic
I
point was
right.
in
The
what way
wording
does
was
it
the same.
change?
It was redundant. That's
Oh.
why that really bothered me. So
Oh.
I couldn't give it an A
Oh.
for that.
Yeah, I would transform that a little bit
Yeah.
to get to the same point, but not make it redundant.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it an A. As I said,
Mm-hmm.
B. It's a solid B paper. Like it's not a C. Like it's a decent paper.
Mm-hmm.
Title is clickbait. That's why I'm mad. But as far as like writing
Mm-hmm.
perspective, a bunch of beating around the bush. That's
What I
it.
love is that on the internet you can post your own work.
Yeah, it's free space.
Mhm. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And Zoe, Zoe, Zoe's. Share as much kindness as possible.